Hey, what's going on? What is going on? It is Joe Cash Flow. Of course, we are live on the Joe Cash Flow show at 10ish. I know, 10 p.m. I haven't done good at 10 p.m., but it's 10ish o'clock at night on Friday night. Here to give you, of course, a entertaining episode about what? Making money, cash flow, and of course for my entrepreneurs out there, or aspiring entrepreneurs out there, or my business people, and you're like, you know what, man, Joe, man, it's Friday, it's been a long week. I like to talk about money. I want to talk about money. And hey man, I want to be entertained. I'm finishing the week. Maybe I'm working tomorrow, all this good stuff like that. Here's the good thing. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you for tonight. And I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited. We got a crazy episode. Now, let me tell you what's so interesting about the episode tonight. And as we're getting the Joe Cashflow show going, I appreciate it in the comment section. Before we even got rolling, my man saying, let's get it. Of course, we're about to go down. Let me tell you about tonight's episode. What's interesting for me is starting this show. I want to make it all about money because I love money. And I'm just, going through a whole lot of different things to figure out, man, what do I want this show about? And I think tonight's episode, which won't be a long one, but I think tonight's episode, this live episode, is going to be the epidemic, maybe the word, of what the Joe Cashflow show, especially the live episodes, are going to be about. Because at the end of the day, talking about a good friend, and we're talking about money, we're talking about just different aspects. And I said, you know what? I don't think people that want to make more money, get rich, or people who's already rich get tired of talking about money. And I figured, shoot, we might as well talk about it a lot more. So I'm very, very excited about this episode of what we're going to talk about. Now, tonight's episode, as of course you read, is 5, and we might even have a bonus one, but 5 businesses that can make you absolutely millions fast. Millions. 5 businesses that can make you millions fast. And I know you're thinking, well, Joe, I may have heard of some of these before. You may have. Maybe you're even involved. But Joe, what I'm going to do tonight is tell you about them. And even if you're involved in these industries already, Joe Cashflow is going to help you learn how to make millions fast in these industries. Now, you probably, like most of y'all, aren't millionaires and you're looking to make millions like as soon as possible, the keyword fast. And you're like, well, how can I do that? Well, here's the best part. You're about to learn some businesses that you can probably get activated today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a month. That's going to make you millions fast. Now, what's so interesting about this episode tonight is none of the businesses that we're going to be doing tonight, that we're going to talk about tonight, not one of those businesses you're going to need to have a lot of startup capital. That's what's so special. You don't need a lot of money to start these businesses tonight. You don't. What you're going to need, and I'm just checking my audio because, okay, cool. All right, my bad. What you're going to need is Joe Cashflow will tell you what you need to do. That's number one. Because if you don't have me telling you what you need to do, then you're not going to make millions fast. So you need me. That's number one. And then what you're going to need from there is some good old-fashioned hard work. Maybe a network, maybe a team, maybe a few things. But here's the good part. We're going to help you make millions fast. I'm not sure. I seen that I had a little connection already, but we're back. So, by the way, shout out to my barber. Keep your boy nice and fresh. Then we got the fade going on, man. Come on, Paige is kind of doing the work thing like that. Either way, so let's talk about making millions. Let's talk about making millions. And what does that even mean? First of all, what does that mean? What does making millions of dollars even like? Joe, what do you mean by making millions of dollars? Been perfect, so appreciate it. What do you mean by making millions of dollars? Like, How does that even sound? What does that even look like? Is it even possible? Joe Cashflow, good sir, please. Are you telling me that a regular old person like me could make millions of dollars? Yes. Matter of fact, I would even tell you that 85% of the millionaires that you see today, guess what? They didn't come from families that made a lot of money. And believe it or not, a lot of them came from industries that are been around for a long time that are really not hard to do. So that's the good thing. And then there's a lot of them that, believe it or not, they don't have college degrees or they're not even in the field that they went to school in. So what's my point? The point is that anybody can become a millionaire. As a matter of fact, did you know that there's more millionaires being created today than me? I had to learn that, you know what? If I start taking off my limitations, I can become a millionaire extremely fast if I just knew what to do with it. And that's what we're going to talk about. So the answer to your question is, can you become a millionaire and make millions extremely fast? And the answer is yes. But you got to know what industry to do it in, because you just can't do it in any business. Don't like, for instance, if right now we was going to talk about you're going to make millions of dollars very fast, but then I said that industry is selling DVDs. Now, I know what you would say. Well, Joe, that industry, is a niche. It's a nice little niche. Nobody's selling DVDs anymore, right? No one's selling DVDs. No one's selling VHSs. So maybe there's a few people with that little bit of nostalgia that wants to put in that original Lion King. By the way, those original Disney movies that had those like weird things inside of the movie, and they had like these sick Easter eggs. I don't know. Maybe whoever watches this, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a millennial, you grew up in the '90s. I'm telling you, know what movies they fixed them. The Disney Plus Disney movies don't have that stuff. They edited it out, but those original VHSs got some really weird stuff on there, right? Those weird freaking Easter eggs. Either way, what if the whole business model was like, man, you can make millions selling VHSs and DVDs? Matter of fact, we should start Blockbuster Videos together, because the Blockbuster Videos, it used to be a multi-billion dollar company. And you know what? I think more people want Blockbuster Videos. I think that people want to go to a little kiosk outside of their grocery store and pick up an good old fashioned VHS and put that movie in there. What if that was the industry that you thought would make millions in? Guess what? You would be absolutely wrong. So here's the point. There is a lot of businesses that you can't make millions fast in. That's one of them, because guess what? It's outdated. You know what I mean? The industry is like, there's no market for it. People don't want that anymore. So you can't make millions fast in that. Now, there's a lot of other industries that you can make millions in, that I would even tell you would be more stable than some of the ones that I have on here. But you can't make millions fast in those other industries. See, that's the difference. There's a difference between making millions and making millions fast. This is what I had to learn. See, I'm a person, Joe Cashflow, was used to just making money. I'm a hustler, man. I make money doing anything, right? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And I learned how to make money, but I didn't learn how to make millions fast until recently, because I didn't actually understand that, wait a minute, why would I sit here and make millions slowly? That doesn't make sense to make millions at a slow pace, right? Why wouldn't I make millions fast? But problem is not knowing the right business, not knowing the right industry. So we're about to cook. We're about to cook in this episode tonight. I would dare to say, and I got to legally say this because I know somebody's going to say, well, Joe Cashflow said that if I do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to be a millionaire very fast. Well, I'm not going to tell you how fast it's going to be for you. I will give you what subjectively fast to me would be. I know this is going to get really crazy. Let me tell you what I think fast is. listen up. This is gonna be ASMR. Listen, I think million fast is like 1 year to 3 years. Oh, wait, what do you mean? 1 to 3 years? Million, that's fast. Less than a year is very, very possible. Because I'm discovering that, wait a minute, I can make millions in less than a year if I just knew what to do. Oh man, that's a whole other thing, by the way. But to me, millions fast is 1 to 3 years. Maybe millions fast to you is 5 to 6 years. Maybe millions fast to you is, 7 to 10 years. Here's the crazy part. If you make millions of dollars in 10 years, you would have done something that most people don't do. So that's already making millions fast. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about making millions fast, like 12-month fast. Oh yeah, like go speed racer, go speed racer. Go, speed racer, go. Either way. So let's get to it. Before we start talking about making millions fast, and before I tell you what businesses we're going to talk about tonight, I have to give you a Forbes article because I think it's very, very, very important to give you a Forbes article, to use some type of publication to show that, hey man, there's a lot of ways to make a whole lot of money in this. And before we talk about millions, let's use a different number. Let's use billions. Billions. Wait, Joe, I thought you said we're going to talk about making millions fast. We are going to talk about making millions fast, but we're going to talk about making, billions. Because if you have an industry that produces the world's most billionaires, then we can automatically assume if there's a lot of billionaires in the industry, I believe we should be able to assume that there should be a whole lot of millionaires in this. There's a whole lot of money. So the point of the matter is we got to look at where the billionaires are at. And we'll look at where the billionaires are at. And then we'll look at the industries that are more than likely to make you a millionaire. And then we're going to go down and talk about the ones that I believe you can do today and make millions fast. Okay, so here we go. If we're looking at some stuff and we're looking at, man, what are the billionaires out here doing? Because I think that to me is very, very important to understand what are billionaires out here doing. Well, industries that have the world's most billionaires. This is a Forbes article as of 2022. Trust me, I looked at the 2023 and 2024 one. It has not changed much, so it's okay. But as of 2022, here's a Forbes article. The energy industry has 95 billionaires, 4% of the list. The richest one in there, 18.2. So that's the energy industry. Okay. If you look at media entertainment, it has 109 billionaires. That's also 4% of the list. Michael Bloomberg, you guys know Bloomberg channel, $82 billion. That's Mr. Bloomberg there. Then you have a diversified, 180 billionaires in that list there. You have real estate. Wait a minute. Joe, real estate is not number one. I thought real estate had the most millionaires. No, it doesn't. It creates the most millionaires, but it doesn't create the most millionaires that fast. And it doesn't have the most billionaires. Because we'll talk about that. In real estate, by the way, here's a little Easter egg. It's on my list that we'll talk about, but probably not in the way that you think. Either way, real estate has 193 billionaires in real estate. Okay. Food and beverage. By the way, I've been getting sold on this industry that I've got to say. This one is not on my list today. Maybe we'll have a special guest for this one, but this one is not on my list today. But I have to say something about the food and beverage industry. If there's an industry that would be a bonus industry that has a lot of millionaires and billionaires, it's got to be food and beverage. And well, let me tell you what I like about food and beverage. Now, it's not easy to make millions fast. That's why it's not on here. But the good thing about food and beverage is that bad boy is evergreen. People will always eat. If they're broke, they have no money, they are going to go to a restaurant. I have seen it. I have seen it with my own eyes that if you have a decent restaurant or a good offering, people will still eat at that place. And recessions and COVIDs and not that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. God dang it, YouTube, don't get me. I didn't mean to say that. All that stuff, all the diseases and all that is not stopping people from going to get food. So either way, I would tell you that that is a pretty good one. Okay, either way, let's keep going. Food and beverage, 203. Healthcare, 217 billion. 217 billion. I'm going to tell you right now, healthcare is not on this list that we're going to talk about making millions fast, but I got to say something about the healthcare industry. Holy moly. I don't know about you. I'm going to probably do a deep dive on healthcare money. Because the thing about the healthcare industry that is so crazy to me, and you can get so rich in the healthcare industry, you got to get rich keeping people sick. Oh, I know. Don't go there, Joe Cashflow. Don't go there. Oh, let me help you out. That industry is designed. You ever seen those commercials? No, seriously, like you ever seen those commercials where you literally they go through and they're like, yeah, we have an antidepressant for this, and this is going to help this, and this is going to do that. And then at the end, while they're going through, they're like, yeah, but if you take this, you could get this, and you could get your leg fall off, and you could get hepatitis, and you can kill yourself, and you can do all kind of weird stuff, and you might sleep outside with your dog. I mean, God knows what all you're going to do. And they're like, hey, still take this medication. Because the healthcare industry is not designed to heal you. It's designed to essentially keep you comfortable. But it's not designed to cure you. It's not designed to cure you. It's just designed to heal something, keep you comfortable, but keep you addicted. Hold the conversation. That's not for today. But let me tell you one thing. You can make a lot of money in the healthcare industry. Fashion and retail. The richest person in the world today, by the way, this says Bernard Arnault, 158 billion. I can tell you the last time I checked, which was very, very recently, a couple of days ago, this man that owns the LVMH company, he is the richest person in the world today, which is so freaking crazy to me because how the heck do we just go through what we've been going through with everything since 2020? And how are people still buying Louis Vuitton, but inflation is high? I mean, it's just a crazy thing. People are not making as much money as they used to. They can't afford homes. They can't afford all these different things. The market has been up and down. But at the same time, luxury brands are making more money than ever. Riddle me this, riddle me that. I don't know. But either way, he's actually the richest man in the world, and there's 250 billionaires there. So people are going to always buy that. Technology, number 3, 332 billionaires in the technology space. That's a lot of money. Jeff Bezos, there's a lot of people. By the way, there's a lot of billionaires in this list. 12% of the list, technology. You guys know what the technology is there. Manufacturing, interesting. When it comes down to billionaires, manufacturing is on this list. Manufacturing has 337 billionaires. 13%, you can make a lot of money in manufacturing. Now, let's look at what number 1 is. Number 1 industry of billionaires. Now, I know we're going to talk about millionaires, how to make millions fast, but we have to, before we can talk about making millions fast, we have to understand that you got to look at the top, right? Because the top, it kind of flows from the bottom. So if there's a lot of billionaires in the industry, we got to assume that there's a lot of millionaires. And if there's a lot of billionaires, we got to assume that you can probably make millions very, very fast. So we got to see what the number 1 industry is. Let's see. Is this going to be a shocker to you? You're like, wait a minute, because I know we have a lot of people. Real estate is such a sexy industry. We got a lot of people that love real estate. We got a lot of people that's like, man, technology, AI. Oh, that's the next wave. You got a lot of things, but there is only one king on the billionaires list. And that king is finance and investments. With 393 billionaires, 15% of the list, essentially, it's got to be something about making money, showing people how to make money and get wealthy that people like. And helping people with finances and investments, guess what? That industry creates more billionaires than any other industry. But I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Now, of course, we talk about billionaires. Now, I want to quickly go to the millionaires. Now, the reason why I want to go to the millionaires list, industry most likely to make you a millionaire. And the reason why I want to do that is because, well, now that we have the billionaires, does it line up? If some industries that we went on here doesn't line up, like, okay, there's a lot of billionaires, but there's a lot of billionaires in that industry, so you can either make it really, really big or you can pretty much not make it at all. So we got to make sure that this list lines up. By the way, this is not a pitch to any one of those things, but I think this is very, very, very important for us to go through. So let's go through the millionaire list before we talk about how the millions go. Now, while I'm here, if you can do me a favor, I've already been cooking. We already are 20 minutes into the episode. So if you don't mind, this is going to help the algorithm because I think you would agree, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching after the fact, I think you would agree that, man, there's some people that should learn how to make millions fast, not because they just want to, but because they need to. So let's go ahead and, of course, hit that like button. Turn on the notification because every time Joe Cashflow goes live or I put out a clip of this, or I put out a brand new episode because we got new content, of course, coming. And on top of all of that, give your boy a sub. Man, yeah, drop the like. Give the boy the sub. Whether you're watching it live or you're watching it after the fact, give the boy a sub because guess what? I'm cooking and people need this information because I will tell you this. I guarantee you before I got into learning what I'm learning, I did not know what industries made money and what industries didn't. I didn't know who made billions and who made millions, and I just didn't know. And so this already, I can stop the stream right now, and somebody's already like, "Oh shoot, I didn't know this industry was a big one," or you're already in the industry. So either way, here we go. Let's go ahead and hit the next thing. We're going to go ahead and hit this next thing. 16 industries this is a Inc. magazine. So, we're using top magazines. We use Forbes publication. Now we're on Inc. And so this is industries that are most likely to make you a millionaire. You got accommodations in food and services. So food and services, we've seen that on the billionaires list. Now we're seeing it on the millionaires list. Utilities, natural resources, transportation, retail, wholesale trade. We've seen retail on the top of the billions, right? And now we're seeing it on the millionaires list. Entertainment and recreation, renewable energy. We've seen entertainment and renewable energy, aerospace, air transportation, agriculture and mining, education. Very interesting. There's a lot of things about educating people. It says as wealth increases, more people get educated, which increases the wealth. 19% of experts saw the education sector as a big millionaire creator, and anyone has had to pay university fees recently probably won't be too surprised. Yep. Communication, real estate, number 5, most likely to make you a millionaire. We kind of are. I think real estate is kind of one of those expected ones. But let's see how it keeps holding up. Manufacturing, we saw manufacturing on the billionaires list. I think it's a little bit higher. No. I think manufacturing is number 2. I'm sorry. I gotta see. Was manufacturing is number 2. So I'm sorry. Manufacturing is a little bit lower. Real estate is a little bit higher. Okay. You got healthcare coming in at number 3. Healthcare is number 3 on most likely to make you a millionaire. Tech number 2. Tech is number 2. So yeah, hey man, getting in tech can make you a millionaire. And then number 1 being financial services. There's a reason bankers are generally very rich, and 35% of respondents to the World Wealth Report said finance was among their 3 sectors most likely to create more millionaires, with senior bankers on Wall Street and the City of London paid well above $1 million on average. This is people with first of all, this is people with a job making $1 million. That's a lot of money. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, some of these are on the same list. So we got the billionaires list and we have the millionaires list. Now we got to talk about what's going to make you millions fast. I have a list. I have my list. I have my list on my trusty iPad right here. I'm going to go through some things with you. I'm going to give you some advice and I'm going to give you a little bit of information. Some of them we're going to just talk about. And then some of them is going to blow your mind. Now, before you completely ostracize me and tell me that, Joe, I knew you was going to say this. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. That's not for me. That's just not, no, look, before you go and say that, let me go and tell you this. Crack this water open. Can I say this to you? If you're on here and you want to make millions fast, you're watching After the Fact. I personally think that one of the things you got to really take out of your head very quickly is this idea of I have to be passionate about the work. No. I think that's very wrong. I think you need to be passionate about the results. Like for me, if somebody came to me, and I know some of you guys are, well, money is not everything. Well, I think money, believe it or not, because this is Joe Cashflow talking. I think money, it may not be everything, but it's a whole lot of something to everything. Meaning this, right now, you cannot sit here and tell me that your life will not be better in some way, form, or fashion, that some of your problems will be easier to solve, that some things would be easier to cope with if you had enough money to maybe go on a vacation 6 times a year instead of once a year. And you're saying, well, Joe, what does that mean? Well, the average person takes one real vacation and one state vacation a year. So that's 2 vacations. Well, if you take 2 vacations for 20 years, I'm not a mathematician, but that would be 40 vacations. Now, that sounds like a decent amount. But then if you take that and you say, well, if I do 40 vacations a year, just not bad, right? It's just not bad. But what if I could do 6 vacations a year? 6 vacations a year would, for 20 years, would be 120. I don't know anybody that would sit here and look me in the face and tell Joe Cashflow that having 120 life, having 80 more life experiences that are better for you mentally, physically, emotionally, to spend with your family, your friends, your loved ones, or just by yourself. I don't know anybody who would trade in 80 amazing experiences in 20 years for, or 80 more experiences for just 40. By the way, those 40 is really like 20 because, 20 is kind of like the real ones. The other one's like a staycation, which I don't mind staycations. So what's the point here? The point is money will make a lot of things better. Now, I personally believe more people should focus on making more money. So as I go through this list, don't sit here and be upset whether you're watching live or whether you're watching after the fact. Don't be upset at me. I'm just giving you the truth. And you know what the Bible says, that the truth should set you free, my brothers and sisters. So I'm just giving you the truth. That's going to make you millions fast. So let's go ahead and go through it. First one that we want to talk about that can make you millions and millions and millions of dollars pretty fast. And I'm going to pick one that a lot of people want to get into, but I don't know if people understand how they can make millions fast. And the first one is going to be content creation. Yes, content creation can make you literally millions fast. Why is this? Well, first of all, what is content creation? Content creation is literally you making something that you enjoy, you don't enjoy, you put on the internet. And that can be pictures, it can be videos, it can be blogs, it could be writings, it can be articles, it can be documentaries, it can be all kind of different things. It could be entertainment, it could be comedy, it could be music, but content creation can make you millions fast. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Joe, there's a lot of content creators that don't make millions. And I would pose to you that there's a lot of content creators that are just not good at what they do. Matter of fact, I would even tell you that there's a lot of content creators that actually do not study, focus on how to be a good content creator. And I would tell you that a lot of content creators aren't even full time. Most of them aren't. But you know what's so weird about can I show you something that's weird? ZipRecruiter, out of all places. ZipRecruiter has let me show you this. They said the average content creator salary is $129,000. This is the average content creator's salary. So when you're looking at the average content creator salary and you're like, wow, content creators can make $120,000, $116,000, $120,000 on average. A good one could make millions pretty fast. Now, here's what I thought was interesting. Now, this is the way I like to look at things. I like to look at things in the aspect of, okay, well, what does the top of the industry look like? Because it's very, very easy to just say, you know what, Joe, well, what's the top? Like, for instance, you know why a lot of us went and played sports, especially in my community? A lot of Black men go play sports because I would not go and put my body on the line to play football, go get injured. Even basketball, I wouldn't be running up a court for years, tearing up your knees, could possibly keep yourself from not walking in the future. I wouldn't do that if there wasn't a possibility to make millions of dollars if you make it. And you could not even be the greatest and make it. But when you see the best making $200-300 million, you're like, oh, I can get there. So content creators, what you're seeing now that's even more, to me, more impressive than being an athlete. Like, I would tell my child today that you would make more money if you focused on being a content creator than an athlete, which a lot of athletes are becoming content creators because of this. The longevity of what you can do so much longer and what you can control. But let's see what the top of the list looks like, because I think this is important. Now, this list is a Forbes list, top creators in 2023. We're going to go through some of these people. You know a lot of these people, and we're going to go through some of them. But I think what's so astonishing about this list is the numbers. If you didn't understand, like, I just want to do YouTube because I like it, or I want to do Instagram, I want to post content, I want to be a fitness channel, you might not have understood just how insane this market is and how you can get really good at it in a very short amount of time if you get crazy, scary focus, and you can make millions in a blink of the eye. So, top creators, Forbes 2023. This year, the 50 honorees on our second annual Forbes top creator list harnessed their combined 2.6 billion followers to haul in an estimated, by the way, estimated. Some of these people, you're going to know that they made even more. But just the top of the field made $700 million. Am I the only one that understands how insane that is? That 50 people brought in $700 million, and you realize that this content creator thing is not even like, it's in its teenage years. Come on, man, drop the freaking, like, if you're watching this live right at the fact, man, drop the like. Think about this. If you want to be a content creator, you've been thinking about being a content creator, you work a job, you hate your job, and you're like, man, should I make the jump? There's 50 people out here on the internet that are bringing in 700 million just by them. Estimate. Come on. Insane. What are we talking about? All right, so they're not alone. 23, listen to this. That's up more than 20%, up more more than 20% from 2022. This bad boy is going up. They're not alone in 2023 brands. Spend an estimated, wait a minute. They're not alone. In 2023, brands will spend an estimated $21 billion on creator marketing. Wait a second. You got to. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing here. Do you see what I'm seeing? Maybe you're much faster reader than I am. I would imagine. Do you see what I'm seeing? Man, look. Let me tell you something. The number that I just saw is absolutely phenomenal. Look at this. $21 billion on creator marketing, up from just $1.6 billion 7 years ago. This thing is about to get out of control. You should, if you want to do content creation, you ever thought about it, get on here now. This thing is going to get out of control. Influencers are more trusted by their audiences than ads. Let's go ahead and look at the top 10. Of course, Mr. Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy. Mr. $82 million in earnings. $82 million in earnings in what year? You say 2023. Boom. That's 1 year. I don't even know how to say this guy's name outside of KSI. $24 million in earnings in 2023. Jake Paul, $34 million in earnings. $35 million in earnings. $23 million in earnings. $21 million in earnings. That was Logan Paul. That guy's name, I'm not going to say that, but Mr. Elliott, $30 million in earnings. Emma, $20 million in earnings. What else? Matt, $25 million in earnings. Brett, $17 million in earnings. Guys, we gotta have a little bit of a. Let me help you understand something. This earnings list is showing you the top, but this is what people are earning, and you're sitting here trying to tell me that you can't make millions and millions and millions of dollars in content creation very, very fast. First of all, look how young these people are. These people are not even like, they're not like they're 56-year-old. See, in the old, like if you want to get into other industries, it would take you 30, 40 years to make millions. Some of these people didn't even have their channels that long, and they made millions pretty fast. Like this guy. You remember when he started popping up? Remember this guy? He's the whole, he does that whole whatever. $16 million in earnings? Come on, man. What are we talking about here, guys? You can make millions of dollars in content creation. It's insane. Millions. $30 million. Look at these lists. I don't know if some people understand how these influencers, these top influencers are doing. 27 million. You're telling me you can't make millions fast in this industry? This is just their year earnings. The only difference between them and you, if you want to get in the industry, is you just got to get good. But what's so phenomenal about content creation is the speed of something going viral and the way you can attack it as fast as possible is insane. There's not really nothing like being able to post something on the internet and it working and you going viral fast. And then building a business around it. And then getting brand deals around it. So when people ask Joe Cashflow, how do I make millions fast? And they tell me I'm thinking about making a Instagram, YouTube channel. What I tell them is don't do it part-time. Treat your job like the 9 to 5 that it is. And you need to focus on your business as a business and a content creator and do what you enjoy, do what you love, but be good at it and watch how fast you will make millions, because it's not the fact that it's not getting done, it's already getting done. So there's not even a level of, yeah, and became that famous and wealthy from being a meme. It's insane, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. A meme. He made millions from being a meme. And people are sitting here telling me you can't be a content creator and make millions very, very fast. You can't sell me that anymore. By the way, I bought it from people, and you can't sell me that no more. It's insane. You see it every single day. This guy here, wait, let me see. Where's my guy at? Mr. Drewski. Come on, man. Drewski, to me, it was like, I just started really knowing about him. I know people know about him, but dude, I feel like his come up was crazy quick, personally. I personally feel like his come up was crazy quick. So either way, you can make millions very, very fast as a content creator. That industry is an industry you can make millions fast in. I don't need to show you much more data. We'll do a deep dive on that, but I feel like just seeing how the young, like some of these people are so young and how much money they're bringing in per year. If that's not motivation for you to do content and understand that that market is completely and utterly untapped, still to this day, there's billions of people that's watching content, and there's more and more people watching content in every country around the world, and they're making internet even more accessible. Yes, content creators can make millions very, very fast. My biggest thing that you should do, and this is your takeaway, if you want to be a content creator, you want to make millions very, very fast, of course, like they say, the old cliche, find something that you like, sure, but find something that gets you results, and then get good at it, study it as fast as possible. Don't cut corners, take it serious, and you can blow up. You got normal people blowing up. And making millions fast. So I would tell you that. By the way, I know a couple of people that made millions of dollars in content creation personally. I'm not going to plug them because I would probably make them some guests on the shows, hit them up and make them some guests. And I would tell you that they made millions within, a short amount of time, a couple of years. But they literally said this. And if you listen to most of these people, they'll tell you like, yeah, it takes time. But then when you listen to them, they'll tell you like, I actually took it very, very serious, got to work, treated it like a business, treated it like something I really was going to do, and that I really wanted to make millions, and it seemed like overnight it happened. So the reason why sometimes it takes so long for it to make it for people is not because that the business or their idea doesn't work, it's because they don't work. And so either way, that's the next one. Let's have some fun with this other one. This one is going to be a little bit on the controversial side in a way. And I know you're going to hate it. And I had a business doing it. And that's okay. You can hate it. You're going to hate it. Maybe you're going to skip this part. You probably should if you don't want to know the truth. But if you want to make millions very fast, there is an age-old industry that I'm telling you right now that is king, believe it or not, at making a whole lot of money. A whole lot of money. But this industry has a very bad rep, and a lot of people don't like to do it. But the scary part about this industry is not going nowhere no time soon. And you might as well go ahead and get used to it. And it keeps evolving because all they have to do is find a different product to go into this industry to make money. And let me go ahead and tell you, this industry is famous for helping people do things like buy water machines. This industry is famous for helping people change their electric bill over. This industry is famous. It's actually one of the first businesses, first jobs that I had that I felt like made some good money. I was 18 years old, 19 years old. I was able to buy, 2 cars, had a Camaro, and my little Saturn Ion coupe with the suicide doors. And I'm 19 years old, 18, 19. I got into this industry because at that point in time, because my friend, I see him, he's freaking 19 years old. He pulls up, and my boy Rob pulls up in a freaking Corvette. And I'm like, Rob, how'd you get that? Because, like J. Cole said, I think I'm like, my neighbors think I'm selling dope. I'm like, what's going on, Rob? How do you have a Corvette? I don't understand. How do you have a Corvette? And so Rob was like, bro, I kind of do this whole thing. I help people with this. I help them with cable. At this point, it was like Roadrunner Internet and Time Warner Cable with Roadrunner. And he's like, look, just do this thing with me. It's a great opportunity. I can put you on. It ain't easy, but you can make a whole lot of money very fast. At 19 years old. Now, this is 2006, 2007. I'm dating myself. But at that point, at that age, I'm doing $5,000-$6,000 a month within a couple of like after my second month, I'm making that type of money, and I'm like, dang, this industry makes some real money. Now, this industry is also very, very famous for helping people purchase, probably for some people's case, a very over expensive vacuum called Kirby. This industry was made very, very famous doing that. Now, here's the thing. With all that being said, even though this industry has a little bit of a bad rep, you can go to most people's houses and you see no soliciting on their doors because they don't want this industry. This industry is still booming, and all they do is change to different products. And Joe, what industry are you talking about? Well, I am talking about the good old-fashioned door-to-door sales. Now, door-to-door sales. Why have I picked this industry that you can do to make millions in? The reason why I picked this industry for you to do to make millions in is very simple. The door-to-door sales industry, although being very difficult, although being very hard, although it takes a certain type of person, it takes a certain type of goal, you can build a company quickly in door-to-door with absolutely no money. Meaning you don't actually need money to do this business. Or you can partner with a company and you can legitimately go nuts. Now, what's so important about door-to-door, there is certain type of, where's it at? There's certain type of products that work for door-to-door and certain types that don't. So I want to pull up, oh man, I thought I had this one up. Let me pull this one up. I thought I had it up already. Where is it at? Why does it not up? But door-to-door is one of those industries that people don't want to do. And people often do this industry because it's like a last minute. It's like, oh, at least I got a job doing something. They get sold the dream to do it. But they don't take it serious. They don't actually look at the millions and millions of dollars you can make doing door-to-door. Actually, aggressively quick if you're doing the right thing. So for me, why do I put this on here? Let me put this in because I'm going to pull this up. Let me see here. Yeah, okay. Let me pull this up. Why I bring door-to-door into this as making millions fast, even though I know a lot of people hate this industry and they don't want to do it. One, that's one of the best advantages. Number two, you don't need much. You just need a lot of work ethic. You need some work ethic for sure. You need to build some skills, but these skills can all be built free. You can read a book. You can practice these skills. These are skills that doesn't cost you a lot of money, and it's more like will than skill, and you can make millions of dollars very fast. So I've had a door-to-door company. I don't do it no more, but I had a door-to-door company after I did it, and then I got older. I sold like 5 or 6 door-to-door with my particular product, and we started making a lot of money. If it was not for this particular company, I'm not going to say it because I don't know what's going on with them. But if it wasn't for this particular company, out of nowhere shutting down, we was building on our way to building $1 million business. We went from doing like $10 to $30 to a couple $100 to $1,000. And then I'm like, dude, I literally have to start bringing people. So I start recruiting my friends. I'm like, hey man, look, you see I'm making money doing this. I literally have an overflow. Everybody's starting to want to know what this is. If you knock on this door, like literally 70% of people are going to say yes because it's going to be a quick result for them. And if you know anything about business and sales, the faster you can get your customer a result, the better, especially off of. So if they perceive that it's a good deal with a fast result, it's a guaranteed yes. It's very simple. Anything that produces a very, very fast result, and people feel like they're getting a steal on it, is a good deal. So, like what my product was a very low end product, and we still was starting to kill it like on another level. My product was a Fire Stick with installing a particular software that gave them a lot of different entertainment. I'll say that a lot of different entertainment that they can access on this particular Fire Stick. At this point, this thing was not a very big deal. And I could not get people to say no. I would knock on their door. I didn't have much money. I just lost all my money in my car business. So I didn't have much money. And I would knock on their door, me and my wife, and she hated door to door sales, but we had to recoup hundreds of thousands of dollars from our car dealership. By the way, car dealership was not on the list. And when we do this whole thing, we knock on these people's doors and we would do our thing. We said, hey, this is going to save you literally about $800 a year. It's going to save you about $800 a year on your cable bill. Would you like to see how this service works? I guarantee you it takes me 15 minutes to hook it up. To give you an example, and if you do like it, you're going to get the first month free. All you would have to do is pay for a quick install, and I can install this today. You can cut your cable bill today. I can install this today. You don't have a $200-300 cable bill next week, and you're good to go. People, it's very difficult for people to say no, and people are like, I don't know. And so then what I would do is, Joe. First of all, Joe Cashflow is a beast, Let me tell you right now. So what I would do, I would go on my phone and I would literally like show them a recording on my phone. I say, well, this is how it's working. Now I'm at your door. This is how it works, so you can see what I mean. I flip it sideways, show them the recording of it working on my TV at home. They say, this is very interesting. Let me check it out. I go inside, and what happens when I go inside, I plug this device up. I show them how this works. They're blown away. They're like, how much does it cost? I say, hey man, this costs X amount of dollars to install, but per month, it's only $10 a month. And they're like, how can it be $10 a month? I said, well, that's the special part of this deal. That's why we're going to save you $800 at minimum per year. And next thing you know, the sale is closed. The reason why we was able to do that, because they have the right product that got people results very fast, and they got a great deal. So here's the point of why this particular topic I know is taboo to a lot of people who want to make millions, and I know people don't like it, but you got to understand, if it's the right product at the right time, and literally right product, right time, and you have a market for it, it's over. You're going to make millions fast. I did it. Now, I'm going to show you the industries that people say that door to door is good for. Now, I'm going to tell you one that I am noticing, and I've been watching that, this industry is picking up. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with the industry, because this is not this. Maybe I'll even do a deep dive, because there's a lot of parts about this industry that I don't agree with. But I at least want to show you the industry a little bit, and kind of show you, show you the product, and then show you why this product could make you millions very, very fast. And what's so interesting about door to door, and why, if you want to be a hard worker and it's about the money for you, yeah, you might not have a big passion for it, but if you got a passion for being financially free and making millions fast, this particular product I have seen it blow up for people. But there's aspects of it. So I'm not plugging anything, because I'm not plugging a company. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm not telling you what product. I'm just giving you what I've seen in the aspect of that from this point. So here is the 7 type of businesses that door to door usually sell. And I'm going to tell you which one, if you want to make millions fast, you should probably look into. And I'm going to tell you exactly how. So you got the energy efficient products. You got cleaning services. You got lawn care services. By the way, age-old one, lawn care services. Cleaning service, easy one. There's aspects of that. Energy efficient products, home improvement products, security systems, and solar panels. Now, solar panels, and I know, and if you're a part of the community where you don't believe in it, I don't even have solar panels on my house. And trust me, they've hit my door They want me to put solar panels. I don't even know if it works or not. I have no idea. I've tried to do research. It's so crazy. I hear different things. Everybody that knocks on the door tells me they're the best solar panel person ever. I don't even know what to believe. That's not the point. But if I was to tell you that the solar panel industry is blowing up on an unconscious level, and if you want to make millions fast in something that doesn't take a lot of money, and they're looking for, God knows, they'll hire practically anybody to do this. You can learn a company, and then you can honestly build this yourself. A lot of people go work for people with this. You just need to go learn it, get what they're doing, get their system, and then you go do this yourself. What they're paying the commissions on solar panel installs are crazy. Now, let me tell you what's the advantage of why door-to-door with the solar industry. The thing about door-to-door that's so interesting and why you can make millions fast is you have unlimited inventory. Unlike businesses that I'm in. I have businesses right now. I'm not plugging my businesses, but I have them. Unlike my business, unlike a lot of businesses, when you're looking for people to talk to, you have to attract them to you. You gotta go find them, hopefully in your market. The weirdest, craziest part about the solar industry is the fact that they can just pull up to a neighborhood with homes. And if your home has any type of sun that's going to hit your roof, which, by the way, if you don't know this, most homes have sun that hits your roof. Guess what? They can knock your door and pitch you. And if you're a real business person or you want to do business, you don't understand that's the advantage of door to door, is that there is not a limit supply of customers. Like, how do I go find people? Where do I go spend money on marketing? Just go to a neighborhood. Knock, 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 hit a door, boom. The part is you got to have the right product that makes you millions. So here's what's so crazy about the solar industry, and I'm learning. Let me pull this up for you. Do you know that the key takeaways? So look at this right here. Do you know that a 2,000 square foot home, the typical cost range for a solar panel system is between $25,000 and $30,000 for an install? This is just a basic install. Now, why is this important to making millions of dollars? Which I don't know if let me see, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I had all my tabs on my MacBook, and I don't know why on Google, usually I'm able to just pull up my tabs, and I'm not able to pull up my tabs. So I'm really, really, really annoyed of that. But let me show you this. Let me show you this, because this is insane if you understand anything about money. You don't even need to build this product. The commissions rate varied. This is, by the way, let me go back up so you can see. This is a door-to-door experts. How much can you make selling door-to-door, uncovering door-to-door sales statistics? Of course, they're talking about solar. I'm not going to lie. I've seen some stuff. I think they're trying to pitch people to do it sell for them, but that's not the point. The point is this. This is the part I want to highlight. Commission rates vary depending on the company, the product, and the market, but they can range from 5 to 20%. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Joe, is that a lot of money? Well, let's see. We will assume that the base salary is $45,000, commission is 10%. Well, listen to this. You make 10 sales with an average of $20,000 per sale. Your commission will be $20,000, 10% of $200,000, and your total income will be $65,000. Scenario 2, you make 20 sales on an average of, this is what I'm saying. This is not the one I was looking for. Will be 10% of $400,000, and their total income will be $85,000. Okay, that's giving the salary there. Let me break this down to you, though, in a very crazy way. If you look at the neighborhood that possibly you live in, or a neighborhood, or any neighborhood, in the door-to-door sales, a good rule of thumb is to knock 200 doors a day. Now, this is obviously saying that you put in the work. If you're a newbie and you're not going to work hard, and you're not going to build the skills, you can't make millions. So I said make millions fast. I didn't say make millions easy. I think there's a distinction. By the way, This is probably a great time. We just hit the hour mark. This is probably a great time to go ahead and smash a like because your boy is actually kind of cooking. I mean, if you guys understood how much I charge per hour to give people business advice, you would understand that these segments are crazy value because I'm doing it for free on YouTube. And so smash the like button, turn on your notifications for me because this is a great time to do that. And if you can, go ahead and hit the sub. Be like, you know what? This is great information. I would love a lot more info on cash flow, making money. Hit the sub. Now, the rule of thumb in this industry is to knock 200 doors a day. And that, trust me, that's a lot of work. If you are actually good at what you do and you're knocking 200 doors a day, you should be able to have 10% of those people open the door, which would be 20 doors that would open. Now, out of your 20 doors that would open, like I said, if you're good, a good rule of thumb is that you'll close about 30%. So let's do times 30%. So that's 6. Now, if the average sale, by the way, because I'm trying not to pitch this. I just want to give you some numbers so I can move on to the next ones. And we'll close this thing out. If I told you that the average numbers was 20% and $30,000 is the average install. So let's do 6 times 30,000, which is $180,000 that day, right? You do times 20%. That's $36,000 that day. And you say, well, Joe, that is crazy. Joe, nah, how the heck am I going to close that? Okay, great. What if you just do 200 doors a week and you close that percentage and you have 6 sales per week? Per week, that's $36,000. Well, if you do that per month, I want to say that's $144,000. And if you do that per year, that's $1.7 million just on your efforts. I don't know about you, but if you just do that for, I don't know, let's just say you do that for maybe 5 to 10. So let's just say 7 years. That would be over $12 million. I think that's millions of dollars. What would it be worth for you to learn a skill that makes you $12 million in 7 years? I don't know how much. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun because this is talking about making millions. How much does the average college graduate make? Here we go. Let's just see. We're just seeing, right? We're not like, we're just going to see if this is even worth it. Now, because I could be wrong. Joe Cashflow could absolutely be 100% wrong on this. But look, bank rate, even better, Indeed, average salary for college graduates by industry. So let's see if this is even worth it. Is there any people, by the way, what am I saying? You're going to go to school for 4 years. By the way, I don't knock school. I think education is important. But when people are talking about making millions and you choose to go to college, I would tell you to go get the best degree, and that's experience. Get a master's in experience. Go get a doctor's in experience in one thing and guarantee you're going to make millions in it. Now, here's the thing. You're going to go to school. Computer science, 75,000. Engineer, 73,000. Math, this is 4-year degrees. Business, you go to business for and make $60,000 salary position, or open a business, learn a skill, get in the right industry that's booming if you want to make millions and make millions of dollars in that same time frame. People are getting out of school, you're already making millions. So how can you sit here and say, and this, I get it, door to door, not a fun industry. I get it. Nobody wants to do it. Trust me, I've had a business in it. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. I 100% agree with you. But when you can literally pull in millions if you're pretty good at it, it's crazy. Now, here's the other point. When we're talking about making millions, if you don't know about business, one of the fastest way to make millions is not by just on your own effort. You have to be a good team leader. You have to be a good business owner. You have to be a good motivator and inspiration, you can make millions. I showed you how you can make millions with by yourself just doing door to door and doing solar. But you could make literally millions of dollars in that same industry even faster once you get your process down and you have a couple of people help you. And then you just essentially get a part of that income from them, right? You give them 80% of what they bring in, you take 20% from there, and then there you go. So they're happy because they're making hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And you're making a very small portion, but you got 10 people doing that. You're making millions of dollars. That's business. That's good business. You're going to make money. I'm going to make money. I showed you how to do this. That's how you make millions. And that's going to be a very common thread through some of these next ones. Either way, that's door to door. And it's very simple, but it's not easy. See, that's the interesting part about making millions. What I've learned is that you can make millions of dollars, and it actually is a very, very simple way to make millions of dollars, but it's not an easy way. So smash that like, give me that notification. Of course, give your boy the sub because we're about to cook on these last couple before we go ahead and shut down the live. Next ones that we're going to talk about. I want to give you guys some good value because there's two of them that I think you know. I think I can spend some time talking about real estate. It's very easy to talk about real estate. I think it's very easy to talk about financial services and how you can make money doing financial services and make millions of dollars. And I think that's already proven. But let me give you one in the next couple of minutes that I think it's so underrated. It's insanely underrated. And I'm just shocked. I'm like so shocked that people don't do this. And how do I know this? I have a friend who's business. I have many friends that's in business, but I have a friend that's in business. I'm in business. And it's just so crazy to me that nobody comes to me and talks to me about what I'm going to talk to you about. Because if they can do this, now as a business owner, if they could provide this one service for me, they would literally make ridiculous amounts of money. Well, not just me, with everybody. But this is something that I feel like got hot and then people got lazy with it and didn't want to do it. So I want to kind of bring this back. I want to kind of talk about this because this is one industry, if you want to make millions fast. Oh, come on. What's going on? Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm having some slight keyboard issues. If you want to make millions fast, you want to look at this industry that you can honestly do pretty quick. And when I say pretty quick, believe it or not, you can probably do this. You can probably do this industry like within a month. Matter of fact, if you're a crazy dog about it, you can probably do this industry within a week. I mean, honestly, and I could say a week, but if you're like absolutely, utterly insane, you can do this industry within literally a day. You can start today. Now, what skills would you need to do this industry? Well, you would need to, one, not be afraid, and you would need to have some sales skills and some marketing skills, some advertising skills to do this industry. But if you want to know an industry that would make you absolutely a millionaire, like millions within 6 to 12 months, if you can get good at it, if you can prove it, and that's going to be very simple. It's actually in the marketing industry. It's being a marketing agency. Not one of those weird marketing agencies that, Ty Lopez was talking about doing, and a lot of people, there's people that made money, there's a lot of people that didn't make money. I'm talking about being a real marketing agency. And that's you helping your local businesses or in your area. So like I'm in like Austin area, you help those businesses get clients. Do you understand what it would be worth? By the way, what business, what is there more like the biggest business in most areas? I'm sorry, the biggest industry in most areas is the restaurant industry. There's a lot of restaurants in most areas. I don't know a place where I can go where I don't see some type of food in a restaurant. Do you know the value for a small business owner if you can bring them clients? Why do you think, by the way, Why do you think companies like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, how do you think these companies make money? Do you think they make money because they're taking a little bit of money from the driver? No, 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 no. They make money because they have a platform that makes that makes it easier for the customer to find the business that they want to eat from. And they will pay a premium to be higher up that ladder and get more shown and even advertise on the platform. Why is this so important? Companies and business owners, the one thing that they're always trying to solve, and this is what you got to understand about making millions of dollars. You're solving an issue, and you're solving an issue fast. Meaning, remember this: you can make millions of dollars as long as you can help somebody get a result very, very fast for a great deal, and they will pay whatever. Listen, they will pay whatever for that result if it can come as fast as possible. The cost doesn't matter. For instance, you right now, I don't care who you are, you would pay me today, Joe Cashwell, you would send me a check today if I can prove to you that I have something that will make you $5 million in the next 3 months. You would not do it, and you would just say how much, and I would say, well, for you, I'm gonna give you a great deal. If you could just come up with, but you got to do it by the end of the weekend. If you could just come up with about 500,000. So 10% of what you're going to make. You can come up with 500,000 of that by the end of the weekend. You will be making $5 million in 3 months. Now, 90 days is not a long time. And $500,000 in 3 days is a lot of money. But the aspect of making $5 million is ridiculous. So it's a crazy result for an amazing deal. It's a steal. So the cost of that doesn't matter. So why is this such an important business? And you got to understand. I want to show you something really quickly. Let me show you something very, very, very quickly. Why this is so important? The current landscape of agency revenue. I just found something very quick. An average 54% in 2021. This is 2021. I believe it actually has crossed. It's getting close. It's going to get close to that trillion mark. Experts estimate that by 2026, the global digital advertising and marketing will be worth $786 billion. $786 billion. Do you know what Facebook's main business is? Most people don't know. People think that Facebook is still a social media hub to connect you with your college buddies. No, that's not Facebook. Facebook is an advertising agency. Google is an advertising agency. Amazon, believe it or not, they have a lot of things to them, but Amazon.com, don't mistake it, is an Amazon agency. You pay them premiums to get in front of the people that they have. Now, why is this a way for you to make millions of dollars very, very fast? Golly, man, you got to hit this like button because I really, really, I will do. How about this? I cannot wait to do a deep dive. When I'm gonna get my iPad hooked up to it, I'm gonna do the drawings. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna literally write out a crazy game plan of how you can do this in the same way. So just listen to this so you can get the business model down. I don't care who you are on God's green earth. You go find any business. Matter of fact, watch this. Let's just do this together. And restaurants is honestly one of the easiest ones to do it for, but you can do it for anything. By the way, the higher the ticket, the bigger the return. Higher the ticket, the bigger the return. So let me do this. If I go to, and let's just think of a business. I'm going to say, appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, I'm over here cooking, man. This is how you make millions. I'm cooking, man. I appreciate it, man. I am absolutely dropping freaking bombs on people to make millions. Here's the thing. If we just go on here and we go and we say, you know what, look, we'll do our local area. We'll do Austin. Let's say Austin. Let's think Austin. Let's do car dealers. because car dealers will pay a lot of money. Car dealerships. You know the best part about Austin, about car dealerships, you can easily find a car dealership anywhere, right? They're on the side of the road. So let's just look at Austin car dealerships. And you can see, I mean, look at this map for one. Look at all these car dealerships. And I didn't even pick certain locations. I can go down to Toyota, Chevys, all kind of different things. You drive, there's a lot of small ones, a lot of franchise ones. What do you think the value for a car dealer to sell a 50,000 piece of metal to somebody? What do you think the value? Remember, they have salespeople already, but what do you think the value for them is if you can get them clients, customers every day? Like Saturday's a big deal in the car business. I actually had a car business. So let me tell you what the value is. Everybody wants customers. So what do you think the value for you if you had a business that helped car dealerships get more people to buy more cars? And what if you was able to show them how you can increase, I don't know, their revenue per month by $100,000? That's a lot of money. Do you realize what they would pay you for that? They would probably pay you 10, 20%, especially if it's something that you can build for them and then give them, or you could just manage it. It doesn't matter. But that, trust me, they would pay you 10, 20%. Let's say they pay you 20%. Do you realize that if you're making 20% and they're bringing them an extra 100,000, so they're keeping $80,000 of their revenue? Do you realize that if you have only 10 car dealers, 10, and you're making $20,000 per car dealer that you're marketing for, and you had 10 of them, that's $200,000. By the way, I don't know about you, but finding 10 car dealerships, guys, that's not the hard part. The hard part is doing what they're not able to do, which is do what? Get clients. So they would pay you any amount. Trust me, if you heard of people like Grant Cardone, Anthony Elliott, there's so many people that make millions of dollars by literally just helping car dealers, their salespeople sell. But they will pay even more money for marketing. So when I tell people that that is one of the fastest ways to make millions of dollars, you can walk into any car dealership today. You don't even got to work for them. Walk up to the car dealership today, say, hey, how much would you pay me to bring you 5 people right now to buy a car from you? Trust me, they're not going to sit there and say, no, I don't want you to bring me 5 people to buy a car. They're going to say, well, I'll give you a percentage. Let's see what you do. Then you're going to do it. Then you're going to say, hey, I can do this for you every week. And you do that. Do you realize the value in that? So when I tell people marketing agencies make much more money and you can make millions fast. Now, what's the hard part? You got to learn some skills. You got to learn some skills. But we already discussed this. Would you rather spend 4 years in a college learning the skill that's going to make you $60,000 a year, or would you rather spend a couple of months maybe learning the skill and find out how you can bring value to local businesses? Do you realize how much money a restaurant would pay you if you can literally keep their dining full? You understand how much the value of that is? Do you understand how much, even for my business, do you understand the value of bringing a client or a customer? Businesses will pay anything for fast results at a good deal. They will pay anything to anybody. It's not that complicated. So when I look at marketing agencies and how you can make millions of dollars very, very fast, and if you're not like sitting here trying to just follow the passion that you love to do, well, then it would make a lot of sense of finding businesses that you at least understand or that you want to understand or that you personally enjoy doing. And then you literally just get them customers. You get them customers. And you become known to do that. And now the thing is, I use car dealerships. I would personally let me give you some industries that would be amazing and that you can do. You can find them right now. Get you a list out. You can find these industries every single place in the United States, and you can find loads of them in any major city. And this list will pay you millions of dollars. Trust me, I promise you. They will pay you millions of dollars and you can find it. So you have inventory for days. Car dealerships we already discussed. Restaurants is another one. We talked about that. You go to any real estate office, and you can help them find more customers and get their names out and get that out more, get more buyers, get more sellers to them, especially the way the real estate market has changed. So you can find more sellers for them. You're going to legitimately have so many customers. Insurance industry, insurance agents, whether it's P&C, whether it's life insurance, they will pay you anything. Believe it or not, people who wash cars or even do lawns, they will pay you absolutely anything to get marketing in front of people. They will pay you anything. People that's in the small moving companies, they will pay you anything, any amount of money to get more customers. These are, here's the best part, these are not hard industries or inventory to find. And by the way, finding people to sell your business to, when you do B2B marketing agencies, you can literally just Google them and find them. That's the power of what I'm giving you. That's the power of what I'm giving you. So either way, marketing agencies, I would do a whole other deep dive. We're already an hour, 20 minutes in. We're about to be an hour, 30 minutes into the stream. So there's a lot of value that I'm giving. I'm going to hit these last two extremely fast. Uh, but I'm going to give you those last two that you can make millions in. These are two of my favorite industries if you want to make millions in very fast. And it's going to deal with selling two different products that make people either, financially wealthy or gives them some type of financial stability. And that's going to be in the real estate industry and financial services. Of course, these was the last two I was going to talk about. And the biggest reason why I want to talk about this on this live is very simple. Remember, we already went and talked about this. Now, what's so weird? Let me give you what's so sexy and so weird and why I say this to the end. If you're looking at this, a lot of the industries outside of, particularly with solar, if you're looking at doing marketing, if you're looking at even being a content creator, you can match some of these up with some of these other industries and get knowledge. And by the way, not even a lot of knowledge. Like, you can be a content creator in the real estate industry with very basic knowledge. You don't even have to have a real estate license, but you can do very basic studying. But if you can make good content with that, you will literally make millions very fast, because guess what people want to do? People still to this day want to buy their first home. So if you're making content about that, yeah, you break into that space, but you make that entertaining as a content creator. You're in the real estate industry that makes a lot of millionaires, and you got content creator that makes a lot of millionaires. You put that together, and then boom, you've got more wheels so you can go faster. I don't know about you, but if I was on a bike with one wheel, I can't even remember what it's called, but if I had a bike with one wheel, I can't go as fast as having a bike with two wheels. It's just not possible, right? And if I had a bike with two wheels, and I'm racing somebody, even if I get a head start and I'm racing somebody with a car with four wheels and an engine, it doesn't matter how good I can be freaking Lance Armstrong on every steroid in the world. I'm not going to outbeat a freaking car. So when we're talking about some of these particular industries that make you millions fast, you can combine these bad boys together and make millions fast. Financial industry is one of them. You know what people always want to learn about is money. There's a few industries that are evergreen that you can always make money in. You could, if you're in the food industry, if you're in the health industry, if you're in the finance industry, you will make millions of dollars in as very fast all the time, because these are evergreen industries. People will always want to learn more about how to make money. People will always want to get healthier and they want to get fit, and people will always eat. So when we're talking about making millions fast, when we're talking about making millions very fast, you can take some of these industries. By the way, if you just do insurance sales or financial service sales or real estate sales by itself, you can make millions very fast. Go pull up on Netflix. They have a show on Netflix, and it's called Selling. I want to say it's Selling Sunset. Now, by the way, I would tell you that obviously, yeah, this is the show. Let me share this with you. I would tell you that obviously this is not like something that I'm not vouching for the show, so I'm just telling you. But it's Selling Sunset. This is a show on Netflix, and there's some few characters on this show that got into real estate very fast in the right market. They're in LA, and they got in the right market, and within their first year, they started making millions of dollars. and it's because they just went out there and humped. They busted. They went out there and humped. But the aspect that you can get into an industry and make millions of dollars that fast, to me, is completely and utterly phenomenal. In the financial industry, I've seen people get into the financial industry, and what they've done is they made it kind of cool to understand money, and they have a license to help you with money or sell insurance. And they've been able to get in, and then literally within 7 to 8 months, they already made $1 million. Within 24 months, they've made $3, $4, $5 million, and they became an authority in a space, in a market, all because in real estate and in financial services, what's so unique about these industries is when I sell a house, for instance, man, I was going to end. I got 5 minutes and I'm going to end this stream because I personally believe that this is one of those streams that people better start listening to this now, because when I start putting up, I'm gonna publicly say how much it will cost me per hour to just do a consultation with me. And I was like, look at this big black dude in his muscle shirt. Trust me, I do what I do. And what it's going to cost you to get the advice that I'm giving you, I'm giving you this right now legitimately for free. But understand this. This is what some people don't understand. They think that business and they think money and making money is purely about just skill in the industry. They don't want to do some things because they're oversaturated. But you got to understand perspective. So everything in life in making millions is about perspective. Why can the same person in the same area literally make millions, and the same person in the same area at the same time not make money? I can guarantee you it's because of perspective. So I'm going to do this. Real estate, I'm going to say realestate.com. I'm going to show you something really quickly. Can you guys see this? View tab StreamYard.com. You guys not seeing this? Wait a minute. Yes. I'm on here, but I'm not seeing what I want to see. Give me something. Oh, okay. That's why. Let's do this. So let's Google, and then I'm going to go to real. I want to show you why this is so crazy and why you can make millions of dollars. Realtor.com. No. Looking at some property there. We'll use Austin because that's where I'm at. And people are like, well, Joe, like, it's so hard. It's so hard to get into these markets. No, it's not. No, it's not that hard to get into these markets. It's not that hard. You're limiting yourself. You want to make millions of dollars selling real estate, you want to get into the industry, just do it. This is, by the way, a beautiful home. Holy moly. First of all, this is a beautiful home. 4.9 freaking million. Woo! That's a sexy house. I think before we break down how much money you can make with this house, I feel like we gotta at least give this house just due and look at how absolutely and utterly beautiful this home is. Oh my God. This is a home. This is something I would love. Look at that bar. Absolutely phenomenal. The stuff you can get in Austin, Texas versus LA, this house in LA would be like $20-30 million. In Texas, it's 4.9. And look at all this land you're getting with it. They're not even done, right? I mean, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. 3.4 acre lot. Okay. So either way, if I sell let's say $5 million house, let's break this down. Let me tell you why you can make millions fast. If you find a buyer for this home and you're in real estate, you got your real estate license, let's say you got your real estate license in 3 months, and you found a buyer for just this one home. Like, Joe, well, why would I chase the sale? Hear me out. And let's say that the commission is 6%, but it's buyer seller split, so that's 3%. And you sell this and you get 3% of a $5 million home. This is 150 grand. One sale. That's one sale. There's a lot of homes in Austin at that price. There's a lot of homes in a lot of other areas. So when people talk to me about making millions, can you make that in real estate? Now, I have some experience there, and I have some experience inside of the financial industry when it comes down to financial services. Industry most likely to make you a millionaire has the most billionaires. The interesting part about financial services is something like insurance. You can literally sell somebody a policy, and depending on what they put into the policy, you're going to make something called an advance commission. Now, why is this important? As we close here in this last couple seconds, it's important because when you're talking about making millions, let's say you get started and you help somebody in the financial services, and they're putting away, I don't know, let's just use $2,000 a month for them and their family. Savings, insurance, different things, investments, whatever it may be. And then you times that by 12, that's the advance that the insurance company gives you. Most insurance companies, they're going to have some type of commission split. Let's say that your commission split on this is 70%. This is not a crazy number. Let's just say you make 70% of the 24,000. 70% of this is $16,000. This is one client. This is one client. So if you look at 16,800, how many clients do you need to average to make $1 million? Well, let's do the math. To make $1 million, you take $1 million, you divide that by $16,800. You need only 60 clients. If you take 60 clients and you divide that by 12, that is 5 clients a month. So the only thing you're trying to do is find 5 people per month, essentially one a week, that can put away $2,000 as a family. You make $1 million in the financial service industry. I don't know if this is not making sense or it's making sense to you, but you got to understand, here's the basic concept of tonight's stream, is that you can make millions of dollars in these industries extremely fast. Financial services, by the way, you can get something like an insurance license or even an investment license literally within a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day time frame. And then you can have the opportunity to make that much money extremely fast. So that was just a appetizer of this segment of businesses that you can make millions fast. If this doesn't whet your beak, if this doesn't give you a element of, you know what, maybe I've been playing small, thinking small, maybe I haven't been aggressive enough, maybe I need to stop holding back and I need to get out there and I need to start focusing on making millions fast. And now this has inspired you to do that. Do your boy a favor. Give me a like, turn on that notification bell with the sub. Give me a sub and make sure you, of course, every time you get on, I know a lot of people will watch after the fact, but every time you get on this Joe Cashflow Show live, man, get on here, learn some information about making money, learn how you can become very, very wealthy and make a ton of cash flow. And of course, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your auntie, tell your doggone dog and cat. I know some of them got Instagrams. So you got dogs that got Instagrams and cats that got Instagrams, man. Let them follow me, man. You know what I'm saying? Learn how you can make some cash flow. If you do not want to, you have no excuse. You watch this episode, you watch it after the fact, you watch some of these clips, and then you're not making millions of dollars. Guess whose fault it is? It's your fault. But I would encourage you to make real cash flow. I would encourage you every Friday at 10 p.m. to make some cash flow, to make money, to have a better life, to have a more enjoyable life. And every single week, I'm going to keep coming with fire, entertainment, concepts, reactions of how you can learn about money, how you can build cash flow for yourself, and how you can, of course, at some point, maybe even be financially free. So with that being said, man, I really appreciate this. Was a fun live for me. I love business. I love talking about concepts. I love talking about financial concepts. This was just a teaser. This was an introduction. Some of these I'm going to go in a crazy deep dive on and really talk about how you can do that, show concepts, show more numbers, show more industries. Of course, I'm not going to advertise a company or anything and tell you that's the opportunity to do, but I'm at least going to show you an insane amount of opportunities for yourself that you got to get into and how you can make some millions. And then maybe we'll even talk about industries that'll make you a billionaire. Who knows? With that being said, man, it's your boy Joe Cashflow, man. You know, live every Friday. Man, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell, man. Your boy Joe Cashflow is out until next time. I'll see you next Friday on the show. While you wait for next Friday, man, go out there and go get some money. We out.